Mr. Villasana, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God? Order is heard. Yes, you may have a seat here on the witness stand. And give us a second while we set that device up. Speak into the microphone, Mr. Villasana.
It's on.
Speak into it.
It's on.
All right. Mr. Montemayor and Ms. Rangel are going to be asking you some questions. Pause for a second before you answer. Make sure you respond with yeses and nos. If you say it won't be captured on the record. Speak as loudly as you can. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Montemayor?
Thank you, Your Honor. You are Julio Cesar Villasana,
Yes.
and you are the petitioner in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
You are the father of Juliet Mandy Villasana,
Yes.
and the mother, Juliet's mother is Joanna Elizabeth Rangel.
Yes.
So you and Joanna lived together for how long?
A year and a half, more or less.
At what address?
6115 Monaguillo Drive.
And before that, did y'all buy that house together?
Yes. She's primary. I was co-buyer.
Y'all lived together at that house. And before that, did y'all live together with Juliet?
Yes, we were in an apartment.
Okay, what apartment was it?
I recall the name.
You were there. Were you there when Juliet was born?
Yes.
And were you there when she took her first steps? And
Always been present.
yeah, and so you helped bathe her and care for her and feed her.
Correct.
And so y'all lived together at this other address. Y'all bought a house together, and Joanna up and left. Is that correct?
Yes.
What day did she leave?
She left on November 2024.
In November of 2024. And do you know where she went?
She had said that she was going with her mom
Where's that to?
in San Antonio.
Did she tell you? Did she plan this out? Did she tell you why she was leaving?
No, it was just a weekend.
And she just she was leaving for the weekend, but she never came back, correct?
Mm-hmm. When she came,
yes or no?
yes.
Go ahead. You were saying something?
When she came back, she was supposed to come on Saturday because that's what she had said. Same thing. The night has passed by. Same thing for Sunday. She came Monday to drop off my daughter for school. When she gets to the house, she basically told me that everything was over
Okay.
and left.
Your daughter was going to school here in Laredo?
Yes, she was going at Freedom Elementary.
What grade was she in?
She was in pre-K.
How long has she been attending Freedom?
I want to say like 3 to 4 months, 3 months more or less.
And how old was your daughter when she started pre-K?
4.5.
4.5?
Yeah.
So for her 4.5 years, you were with Juliet every day, and suddenly Joanna took Juliet with her and left San Antonio.
Yes.
Did you know where she was going?
She had mentioned only her mom. No address was given.
Did she tell you why she was leaving?
Nope.
Is it for employment purposes?
She had said she wanted a better opportunity and leave, I guess, make some money with her mom.
All right. So did you come to find out where she moved into?
No. Another person had told me where the address was.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Who is Brian Alvarez?
Brian Alvarez was the previous boyfriend of hers, and I guess
This is the gentleman that, is it true that this is the gentleman that she had been seeing while she was seeing you?
yes.
And she left with Brian to San Antonio?
She was staying with her mom.
Okay. And who lived at that house where her mom stayed?
Her mom, her young siblings, her mom's husband, and other men. I guess they were like co-workers from her mom's husband.
So basically, she left to San Antonio in November of 2024. She didn't tell you where she was going. She didn't tell you who she was going to live with. She didn't tell you how long she was going to be gone, correct?
Correct. She has mentioned she was going with her mom.
And so, did you ever come to find out through Brian Alvarez that she was living in a house with her mother?
Yes.
Okay, her mother's boyfriend,
Mhm.
her sister,
Mhm.
correct? Got to say yes or no.
Yes.
Her
Yes.
sister's boyfriend,
Yes.
other siblings were living in the same house,
It was just two siblings, two younger siblings.
and a whole bunch of other
Men.
men. And who were these men that were in this house?
I guess there were her mom's husband's co-workers, friends. I don't know.
So you had different men coming in the house.
Right.
And so, who would take care of Juliet when Joanna wasn't there? Did you ever come to find out any of that information?
Yes, I was told by Brian that whenever they will go out or whatnot, his family would take care of Juliet without Juliet knowing who they are.
Was there ever any concern for Juliet's safety there
No.
in San Antonio?
No.
There was. Did you ever have any concern for Juliet?
Oh yes. Yes.
Why?
Because first of all, I didn't know where she lived. I was given the address by Brian. I did open a child protective services case, and she did try to tell Brian what to say or what not to say. And I did it because Juliet once told me that she slept in the same bed with the other man and her mom.
So, in December of 2024, you filed a petition to establish your parental rights. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it wasn't until this petition was filed that you actually got information about where she was staying, who she was staying with, that you were able to finally see your daughter, correct?
Yes.
Before that, was Ms. Rangel cooperative?
No.
Would she answer you in her communications, about your daughter?
Yes, she will, but she wouldn't let me communicate with her or FaceTime or anything with my daughter.
Would she let you talk on the phone with her?
No.
What would she tell you that how she was doing?
To wait for court. She made it seem like she already had opened a court case or something.
And she had no.
She had nothing.
She told the court when she first came here that she had gotten a job at HEB in San Antonio.
Or a promotion, something like that, like for better. Yeah.
Was that true?
No.
She hadn't gotten a job at HEB, correct?
No.
She lied to the court about why she had gone over there.
Yes.
And she basically just up and moved out and, didn't really care about anything else, right?
Yes.
In fact, you sold the house that you lived at that y'all bought together, and she never even bothered to, pay any of the debt that she owed. She never bothered to pay any of the
No.
of the mortgage or the insurance or anything like that, correct?
Yes, correct. And in order for the house to sell, I ended up paying 5,239 with 45 cents.
All right. So it's been 2 years, Mr. Villasana, since this, well, it's been over a year since this petition has been filed. And have you visited with Juliet?
Yes.
How would you describe those visits?
short. Um, she would cry at night. Uh, I didn't really get to enjoy her as much due to the fact that when we had the Rule 11 agreement, if it had to be, we had to be there at 6 p.m. She'll be there 45, an hour and a half late
How many times? All the time? Or,
most of the time.
and when you were going to return the child,
She was on time.
and would she tell you anything about you being on time?
No.
So she cut short your visitation.
Yes.
And that, you know, how would your daughter act though when she was with you?
When she was going with her,
When she was
Well-
with you?
when she was with me, well, she was excited to be with me. Happy.
And how do you see her? How did you see her over the last year? Is she healthy?
I see her skinnier, um, behavior change.
So you think was she eating properly?
No, I don't think so.
Did she lose substantial amount of weight?
Yes.
How many pounds did she lose?
Um,
If you know, if you don't know, don't guess.
I don't know.
Uh, was she acting out any particular way?
Yes, in the night she'll struggle to sleep.
You said she cry at night.
Yeah, she would cry.
Why would she cry at night?
I don't know where. Scared.
How would she react when you were going to return her to her mother?
Same thing. She would cry, start kicking. She wouldn't.
Did she ever tell you why? Did she ever tell you if there was anything inappropriate being done when she was with her mother?
She fears her mother and also Joanna's partner, husband.
Why do you think she fears?
She's I guess she don't put the attention needed, and she had said that her husband will hit her.
Who's that? Who's her husband? Joanna's husband?
Joanna's his husband.
And so did she indicate that she was afraid of going back with that?
Yes.
Do you know where Joanna lives now?
I do not.
Have you asked her where she lives now?
I have asked her.
And what has she responded?
No answer. She won't give me the address.
When did she tell you that she had been enrolled in school?
She did once I made the petition and starting
But before that, she wouldn't communicate with you about what school she attended.
she did tell me afterwards.
After the petition was filed. But
Yes.
before that, she never told you where. Did she ever tell you? Oh, let me ask you this.
She did mention the name. I just don't. I recall. I don't.
She never told you what medical doctors she took Juliet to, correct?
Correct.
She never told you the name of the school that she was going to enroll Juliet until after the petition was filed.
Correct.
Uh, does she let you FaceTime now with Juliet?
Um, there's been moments where I do struggle to get contact with my daughter whenever she had her.
And when you do talk to her, does Juliet show signs of being supervised or
Yes. If a question has been asked, she gives the stare not directly to the camera, but I assume to her mother.
so her mother's basically watching her as she does her FaceTime?
Right.
All right. What kind of communication do you have with her mother now? Is it you all talk or at all?
It's just regarding to my daughter.
Is it every day? Is it once a week, twice a week?
I guess like every other day.
Does she,
Once
respond? Does she respond to you?
it takes time,
She doesn't respond immediately to you?
not immediately.
Okay. All right. So what do you do for a living?
I work for Texas Department of Criminal Justice as a correctional officer. for 6 years and 3 months already.
So you have stable income.
Yes, I do.
How much do you?
Right now, before taxes,
Yeah, what's your gross?
monthly it's like 5,000 and something. I don't have the
Exact
the
number.
exact
Okay.
numbers.
And you have Juliet on your health insurance. Correct?
She's on the health select Blue Cross Blue Shield.
And what school does Juliet attend with?
Right now she's in Prada Elementary.
Prada Element.
Yes.
Okay. And what program is she? She first grader, second grader?
She's in kinder.
She's in kinder. And you enrolled her.
So she won't fall behind in school.
And that's because you think that there is, or is that because you think that there is an instability there with Joanne?
Yes.
Why do you think there's an instability there with Joanne?
Um I I mean my daughter does great in any school. She likes school. But I just don't feel she has the proper care for her.
Why is that?
Well, sometimes when I have picked her up. I mean, sometimes she comes to me barefooted. It's been twice that she hasn't had underwears. Um,
Or what do you mean? It's been twice that she has not been wearing.
whenever I pick her up,
Pick her up your visit.
I always try to have my mom. If I don't have a chance, my mom will pick her up, and she returns her with only the pants, no underwear underneath her.
What else?
Um, Lack of hygiene. I mean, she sometimes comes back smelling really bad, and I ask my daughter if she takes bath, if she showers, and she's her response is that every other day or every 2 3 days, which is wrong to me.
Okay, so you think that because there's a hygiene problem, uh, sometimes he's not wearing proper clothing,
Mhm.
underwear, and she's a 5-year-old.
She's a 5 year old kid.
5 years, correct?
Mhm.
You testified that she's lost weight. And have you done anything about that?
When I had her for the Christmas vacation, I did took her with Dr. Norberto Alvarez because of that, because of the weight loss. And he automatically like questioned my daughter, and he knew something was off.
Don't speculate on what Dr. Alvarez knew, but
Yeah.
but what did he tell you about your what questions did he ask?
If she's eating or how is she doing.
Did he tell you anything about? Did you come to learn anything about his findings?
I guess what he saw into Juliet was she would do a lot of hand movements, and he said it's possible of anxiety.
So what did he tell you?
Well, he got Juliet referred to a psychiatrist.
And why do you think, in your opinion, why do Juliet have those anxiety, those nervous, and
Well, since I've been having Juliet with me, she really is scared of being alone. And that's something, I mean, she will tell me like it's because they make me sleep by myself. And I guess that's a fear, or I don't know what she's seeing at Joanna's household right now. I mean, it could be anything at this point.
so you've asked the court to award you or name you the party to determine the primary residency. Do you think you can provide a stable home environment for Juliet?
Yes.
Do you think with you, her health, safety, and welfare are going to be protected?
Yes.
Uh, can you provide better hygiene, and better medical care for her?
Yes.
We've talked about the visitation. Is there any issue with Joanna visiting?
No.
Do you think that all these things that you testified to, she doesn't sleep at night, she cries at night, she's lost weight, she has a nervous hand gestures that the doctors may think she's got some type of anxiety, and have referred her to a psychiatrist. You don't think all these things would continue uh, under Joanna's care? If even with the visitation, you don't think they'd continue?
It might continue because she does say she fears her. She fears her.
If the court were to award you even temporary custody, you think that would be in Juliet's best interest?
To be with me, yes.
You think that with you that it would, well, let me ask you this way. Do you think that if the court allowed Juliet to continue with Joanna, that would endanger her physical health?
And mentally as well.
Do you think it would endanger her emotional welfare?
Yes.
And do you think that with you, Joanna or Juliet would have a more stable family?
Yes.
You think you could protect the safety of Juliet?
Yes.
You think you could protect her well-being?
Yes.
What about drugs, Mr. Yasana? Do you know if Joanna's ever used or abused narcotics?
No.
You know if Joanna suffered from any uh, emotional uh, trauma or anything like that?
No.
So causing just up and leaving, after a child is 4.5 years old, just up and leaving from one day to the next, to San Antonio with no job, no plans, to go live in a house with, her mother's boyfriend, her sister's boyfriend, all these other siblings and all these other construction men coming in and out of the house. What kind of stable life is that, in your opinion?
To me, it isn't because first of all, my daughter won't have a bed or a room of her own. She did mention that she will see sometimes the guys walk shirtless around the house, which to me it's a big concern.
When she first left, it took 23 days before her mother actually told you where she was at.
The one who told me where she lived was Brian.
So,
It wasn't it.
you found out 23 days later where she was at.
Yeah.
And if Brian hadn't told you, you wouldn't have found out.
I wouldn't find out.
Were y'all in an abusive relationship?
Not really. No.
Have you ever been arrested for anything?
Never been arrested.
Have you been accused of anything?
No.
Any police reports ever filed against you for any domestic violence or anything like that?
No.
What about Joanna? Anything that you know of her being involved in any domestic disputes or anything like that?
No.
Only what your daughter tells you, that she
Well, my daughter says yes.
witnessed her husband hit her. And so for the last year, your visitations have been, once a month or once every other 2 weeks?
Once every other week. Yeah.
And out of the 24 visits that you had in this last year, how many times was Joanna late? How many times was she late?
I'll say a good 80% of it.
So probably what about
Most of the time.
most of the time she's late.
Mhm.
And this last time this last Thanksgiving, did she stop communicating with you about about Juliet?
There was days I would try to communicate, send her text, and yes, no response.
Did you try to work out an agreement with her with regards to Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday visits?
Yes, but she refused to.
She didn't respond to you.
Mhm.
So it wasn't until when that you actually were able to pick up.
I picked her up on December 23rd.
And how did that visitation happen?
I went and picked her up all the way to San Antonio
Why is that?
because those were her conditions. And to me, like, as long as I get to have my daughter and see her, why not? I did it.
And since then you kept her,
Yes,
and you kept her why?
I kept her because I fear for my daughter's safety, and all because I took her to the medical consultant, Norberto Alvarez.
And that's why you decided
I decided to keep her.
to keep her until the court made a decision.
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Rangel, do you have any questions for Mr. Villasana?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
For the scheduled visitation for Thanksgiving, the proposal I made for you, did you deny it?
What's that? Can you repeat yourself again?
For the proposal of visitation for Thanksgiving, did you deny it?
No.
I had sent you a proposal of visitation for Thanksgiving via app close. Do you remember?
It's been asked and answered. He said no, he didn't deny it.
Sustained. You can ask something
Oh,
else
okay.
or move on. It's up to you.
For December's visitation, for do you remember agreeing to picking her up on the 23rd and returning her on the 28th via app close?
Yes, I did.
And as far as you not knowing why I left from one day to another, is that true?
Yes.
And as far as Juliet being sent to you barefoot, do you recall me asking you if you wanted her to go barefoot or for me to stop because she forgot to put her shoes on?
I recall.
Mm. And you not being aware of Juliet's um, pediatrician here in San Antonio. I never mentioned to you what pediatric she was going to.
You mentioned when she was sick. I don't know. You've never given me information.
Okay. And then do you recall doing multiple welfare checks on Juliet?
I did when you lived with your mom. I don't know where you live right now.
And you mentioned not informing you about Juliet's schools, correct?
I was only given the name of the school.
Um, I think those are it, Your Honor. I'm done. Thank you.
Anything on redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Villasana, you may step down. Mr. Montemayor, do you have any other witnesses?
I'll call, Joanna ahead.
Mr. Rangel, would you raise your right hand?
Yes, Your
Do
Honor.
you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand, Mr. Montemayor. Go ahead.
Mr. Angel, I'm gonna ask you a few questions that require basically a yes or no answer. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So you left Laredo, Webb County, in November of 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you had been in a relationship with Mr. Villasana that produced one child, and that is Juliet Mandy Villasana, correct?
Yes.
And when you left with Juliet, who was already enrolled in school here at Freedom Elementary. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so you had lived in an apartment, and you were living at the time in a house that you and Mr. Villasana bought together.
Yes.
You were married?
No. Oh, right now?
No, were you married at the time with Mr. Villasana when you left?
No.
Okay. Did you intend to get married at any time?
He had proposed. Oh, it's a yes or no, but in that time, yes.
And so y'all were living together, you had a child, you intended to get married at some time in the future. Did you ever file for divorce if you were considered common law married? No?
No.
So when Juliet was here, she was in a stable home environment with you and Mr. Villasana, correct?
No.
You don't think she was in a home environment? In a stable home environment?
For the last couple months, no.
Okay. So then you decided to up and leave. You didn't have a job, correct? In San Antonio?
Not in San Antonio. In Laredo, yes.
Yeah. When you left to San Antonio, you didn't have a job. You were going to stay with your mother, who had, a bunch of other people in their home, correct?
No.
You had your mother's husband had construction workers, strangers in and out of the house, correct?
No.
And then you take Juliet there to live with y'all. Juliet didn't have her own room, correct? At that house?
We did have our own room, yes, in that house.
So you had all these strangers, and you exposed your daughter to God knows what situations may have come about, correct?
No.
You didn't talk to Mr. Villasana for about 23 days, and it wasn't until Brian Alvarez told him where you were at. Is that true or not true?
I did talk to Mr. Villasana, via WhatsApp on December 2024.
In December, after this petition was filed, but you had left in November, Ms. Rangel,
He did had access to her when I was still in Laredo.
but you were living in San Antonio, ma'am. Oh, that's right. You had
No,
up
yes.
and left, and you went to live. I'm sorry, go ahead, finish your answer.
Yes, on November when I left, he still had visitations with Juliet. I even took her to our previous home, to drop her off before I left. He got to see her.
Okay. was this before or after you were living, you left the house and went to live with Brian Alvarez and his mother?
No, this was before. This was when we had recently like not seen each other, like split up from each other. I had recently left.
Where do you live? What's your address now?
My current address?
Where do you live now? It's not a trick question. Where do you reside? Where do you sleep? Where do you park your cars at night? Where do you live now?
It's 4903 War Horse Drive.
How do you
Zip
spell
code 78242.
workhorse?
War Horse Drive 78242.
And how do you spell workhorse drive?
War Horse. It's WAR
Okay, I'm sorry.
and it's
Go ahead.
horse HORSE.
And who do you live with right now?
Right now it's my husband and I.
What's your husband's name?
It's Gilberto Perez.
So, is it true or not true that Mr. Perez is a convicted felon, ma'am?
No, it's not true.
Is it true or not true that Mr. Perez has served time for criminal offenses?
It's not true.
It's not true?
Wait, criminal offenses?
Yes, ma'am. Criminal crimes. He's been arrested before.
Oh, yes.
And is it true that he's served time or done jail time? He's been in jail before.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you know what those offenses for drugs?
No.
Were they assaultive offenses?
No.
Were they for DWI or theft?
No.
What were they for, ma'am? Or do you not know?
Yes. I believe it was. I don't recall right now at the moment. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
I don't know the actual name of it. Yes.
So, are you interested in Juliet having a stable home environment?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Yes.
And would you agree with me that Julio can provide a home, correct? Correct?
His working schedule will be a little bit.
But do you agree with me that
Yes.
he can provide a home? Yes. Do you believe that she'll be attending school like she's attending now, correct?
Yes.
Do you believe that Julio has the family support with his mother there, correct?
Mm. Yes.
Yes. Do you believe that she has, she'd have the proper medical care under Julio's supervision? Yes.
Yes.
You don't think there's no doubt that Julio will provide care for her in when Juliet is in his custody, correct?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
You don't worry about Juliet's care when she's with Julio, correct?
I do, but
Let me ask you this, Miss Rangel. Are you aware that your daughter has cried at night about fears about returning to your custody? Are you aware?
I'm aware she's afraid of sleeping at night by herself since she has her own room and we've been trying to let her sleep by herself.
Are you aware that She's indicated that she doesn't shower, but every, 2 or 3 days when she's with you.
She does shower. Here, I'm sorry.
Are you aware that even the doctors here have talked about her maybe having panic disorders or some type of an anxiety? Are you aware of that?
Mr. Villasana sent me the medical form where she was diagnosed or evaluated.
Are you aware that the doctors fear that she's lost weight?
I'm not aware of that. She's constantly growing. She's 5 years old. It's common for her to lose weight at that age.
It is. It's common for her to lose weight at that age.
Not that much of a weight, but as far as I've known, the last time I took her to the doctor, she was in 39 pounds for 5 years old. It was on her range for her age.
Hmm. Do you travel, man? Do you have a car?
I do have a car.
Okay. Is it your car or is it the family car or is it just your car?
It's my car, yes.
And if the court would award custody to Mr. Villasana, you'd be able to come to Dili just like he was going to Dili to pick up and drop off your child, correct?
I'm currently pregnant, so my traveling time, I don't drive a lot anymore due to my pregnancy, but
How many months are you pregnant?
um 30 weeks.
30
That's
weeks,
7 months, yes.
7 months. All right. Is that why you were late to drop off your daughter at the visitation in Dili? You were sometimes 45 minutes, an hour late, cutting into Mr. Villasana's quality time with his daughter. Is that why you were late, or is there?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes. Yes,
That's why, because you're pregnant.
yes, my morning sickness during the pregnancy, it's been throughout the days. I can't really control it. So there was times where I had to stop and take a little break.
Dili's about an hour from San Antonio.
It's an hour and 30 minutes.
Do you work, man?
Currently I stay at home mom.
Okay.
I'm currently not working.
What does your husband do for a living?
He's a Google Fiber technician.
Okay. Does he have any children? Any other children live with you in your house?
No,
It's just you and him and Juliet.
yes,
How old are you, Miss Rahel?
25 years old.
Tell me why, on several occasions, Juliet would show up barefooted to the visitation.
Yes. One of those times, we were in a hurry and I told her to get in the truck, as she did. She got in the truck and everything. And as we were driving, or I was driving over there to drop her off, she tells me, "Mommy, I forgot my shoes," and I was already running a little bit late. So I texted Mr. Villasana and I let him know. I was like, "Hey, I know I'm already late, but I can stop by Walmart and get her some shoes, or do you want me to just drop her off like that?" And that's when he told me, he was like, "No, just bring her like that. It's okay." And that's why she went over there barefoot.
Is that the only pair of shoes she took? I mean, she's going away for a weekend. You didn't pack a bag for her,
No, we don't usually pack anything. We just she gets out from school at 3:45, and then I get her. No, I'm sorry. She gets out from school at 3:50. That's her dismissal bell. And then while I'm there waiting online and everything, it gives me 4:10, 4:20 sometimes. And then we came home. She leaves her backpack in her room, She changes real quick her uniform, and then she comes downstairs and we just take off.
I mean, this is something that's planned. I mean, this doesn't just pop up on a Friday afternoon and say, hey, we're going to go down to Dili. You know, these things are planned. You know, I would think that as a stay-at-home mom, you have the time to gather her belongings, to make sure that she has all the essentials that she needs. And that doesn't seem to be the case, does it?
Yeah, when this happened, that's when I was working. That's why I was running a little bit on a rush.
So you were too busy.
Yeah,
You were too busy
when
to.
all of this happened.
Okay. So you were too busy to make sure she had everything she needed.
When she told me, she notified me. Yes, I didn't notice. I just asked her to get in the truck. I buckled her, and I didn't notice.
Okay, well, let's move on to the lack of underwear for a 5-year-old. You think that that's appropriate?
No,
So why does she show up on numerous occasions with no underwear?
I believe it just happened once, and that's when she came from school. She took a shower, and I always leave her clothes ready for her whenever she takes a shower, and she showers by herself. She's 5 years old. I do go in and check on her, but that day she took a quick shower. She didn't put her underwears, and I didn't notice until Julio notified me about it. And when I went to the restroom, I noticed that she didn't put her underwears. They were there in the next to the sink. When I did ask her about it, I was like, "Hey, what happened? Why didn't you put your underwears?" And she told me, "Oh, I forgot." And I was like, "Okay, but don't do it because Daddy's gonna be mad at you next time."
You don't have good communication with Mr. Villasana, correct?
No, there's a lack of communication there.
You make it sound like y'all have this really nice relationship and y'all communicate all the time, but in reality, y'all stop liking each other, and there's not a lot of communication. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah, I try co-parenting with him on multiple occasions, but there's no sign of him wanting to try and cooperate with me, so I just stopped. I don't try anymore.
And when you say cooperate, does that mean that you basically get to impose your conditions? And if he complies with your conditions, then that's cooperation. If he doesn't comply with your conditions, then it doesn't work.
No, I mean it like when coming to communicate about our daughter, he always seems to um be mad at something, and he doesn't like um for Juliet to call my current husband like stepdad, and he starts fighting or talking about or or time sharing her in front of her daughter. So I just don't like that in front of her daughter because I think that's adult conflict that we shouldn't be
So,
making in front of her.
so if Juliet were to say that she's seen your husband abuse you, would that be truthful or would that be a lie?
Of my husband abusing me?
Yeah, that he's hit you.
Oh no, that would be a lie. Yes.
So Juliet would be lying. Okay. All right. So do you think your daughter should visit with these physicians that have concerns about her panic disorders and anxiety?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
You think your daughter should visit with these physicians that want to talk to her about her panic disorder and possible anxiety situation?
I would like for her to see a psychologist first instead of a psychiatrist due to her being 5 years old. Um, and if then they do say that she needs a psychiatrist because I know that there's a difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist, it's therapy and medication, and a psychologist, it's just therapy first. So I would like for us to agree in her having a psychologist first And then maybe if she needs to be referred to a psychiatrist, then we can do that. But due to her age, I would like to be a psychologist first.
So would you agree then that if Mr. Villasana is granted custody of Juliet, would you agree to pay half the medical costs of that of those fees for the psychiatrist or the psychologist, whoever's available?
I did talk to her medical insurance here in San Antonio, and um, she does qualify for the psychiatrist. She is under Medicaid with me, so they can cover for that. We
You have
can seek her
Medicaid?
medical.
But Ms. Rangel, Mr. Villasana is providing Blue Cross Blue Shield. Why are you under Medicaid with Juliet? I'm sorry.
I believe in the first quarter, I was able to put her in under. He was gonna put her in insurance, and I was gonna put her in insurance. We were both gonna have insurances for her.
It's up. That's what no further.
Ms. Rangel, this is your opportunity to say your story, anything that you want the court to know. This is your opportunity.
Yes. So I respectfully deny the allegations that are being made against me. I've been Juliet's primary caregiver since the day she was born. Julio's working schedule wouldn't allow him to be there all the time. I have constantly met all of her physical, emotional, medical, and educational needs. She's a healthy, well cared for, and thriving thriving. I'm sorry. Um, Julio has made multiple welfare checks and CPS reports have been made against me. Every allegation was investigated and ruled out. No findings of neglect, abuse, or endangerment were ever made. Law enforcement and CPS have both confirmed that Juliet is safe in my care. I have never interfered with Juliet's relationship with her father. I encourage a healthy relationship between them and have consistently offered visitation and communication. I believe Juliet deserves both parents in her life. The allegations being made do not reflect my parenting and my history or the facts. They appear to arise from conflict between adults, not from any risk for Juliet, Your Honor. I'm a fit, capable, and loving mother. My focus has always been and remains in Juliet's best interest, her stability, and her emotional well being. I respectfully ask the court to consider the evidence, investigations that clear me, and Juliet's continued success in my care. The reason why I left Mr. Villasana that he's not aware of, it was because he cheated back in. I didn't find out in the cheating until October. By October, I found out about the cheating. He was cheating on me with the correction officer, Jessica. By November, we tried things out, didn't work. He started being aggressive towards me, so I decided to leave. And I wouldn't provide my information to him because um, the person that encouraged me to leave Laredo was actually a law enforcement officer. When he saw me how bad I was, because I did made a police report of that incident. I didn't press charges on him or nothing like that because he's the father of my daughter, and I knew that would affect their relationship. Um, but from November, he did see her. December, he also see her. Got to see her in December. Um, This is not the first time that he tries to take her away from me. It also happened back in November where he wouldn't want to release her to me again after I had dropped her off at 6115 Monaguillo Drive. Um, I have the CPS investigation. I have the welfare checks. Everything was ruled out, like I said. Um, I am concerned on Juliet's behavioral change. He never reached out to me about it. I tried to constantly talk to him about it, but he wouldn't. Um, Also, um, Julio, Julio has spoken negativity about me to Juliet. Juliet has reported these statements to me on multiple occasions. I have the recordings of 3 separated instances. I have never spoken negatively about her father to her, and instead encouraged her to ignore such comments. She's only 5 years old and should not be placed in the middle of adult conflicts. Julio has made parenting decisions without consulting me. He's saying that I am doing the same to him, but it just goes back and forth, to be honest, Your Honor. Parenting time decisions should be made by adults and not child's, because he constantly makes her believe that she's responsible for choosing between parents, and she's only 5 years old. I don't consider myself a high conflict parent. I'm willing to cooperate and work towards a healthy co-parenting relationship. I believe Juliet's best interest is to have both parents involved, not just one parent. One parent suddenly removed from her life, just like he did to me. And she's been here. Since she's been with me, she's been good in school. Her academic, I have her grades in school. She's a very smart child. She knows right from wrong. And he was still seeing her every first, third, and fifth weekend in Daly, Texas. That's where we would do the exchanges.
Anything else that you want to tell the court?
He on January 5th, I traveled to Laredo to Julio's residence to pick up Juliet, so she could return her to school. I informed him that I will bring her back for her medical appointment on January 14th, which is tomorrow, for her psychiatrist appointment. And he denied my request and refused to allow me to take her, stating that Juliet fears me. When I asked Julio to see her daughter, he initially denied. After contacting the Laredo Police Department, I was allowed to see Juliet briefly through the gated fence. But Julio still refused to release her. I have the police report number of that incident, and Juliet was visibly happy and excited to see me during that encounter. I have the photos and the video from that day that proves she didn't show any signs of fear towards me.
Understood. Anything else?
On November 26th, I did offer him Thanksgiving visitation. This allegation is false, Your Honor. I proposed holiday visitation through the app close co-parenting application on Tuesday November 25. I have the screenshots where I offer him to pick up in San Antonio November 26th through the 30th, and Julio declined this arrangement and refused to pick up Juliet in San Antonio. However, he did exercise his regular scheduled weekend visitation by picking her up the day after Thanksgiving in Dili as usual. And for the Christmas holiday, Julio and I agree via app close that he would pick up Juliet on December 23rd and return her on the 28th. On December 27th, when I contacted him to coordinate her return, he became evasive and denied agreeing to return her on December 28th, despite having picked her up on the 23rd pursuant to our agreement. He has not returned it to me since that day, and despite the fact that she wasn't evaluated to January 2nd by Dr. Norberto Alvarez, a family medicine physician. And I can provide with the screenshot of that too, of December 23rd, on him agreeing for his pickup on December 23rd. And Juliet's she's still currently enrolled in IDEA just because they know of the situation. So they're holding a receipt there in school still. But it all depends. After this court, I'll inform them. On January 7th, without informing me, Julio contacted Juliet's school in San Antonio and requested that for her to be withdrawn. And they're prepared to release her after this court, like I said. But as of today, Juliet continues to be marked absent at IDEA of Breckenridge. He's been aware ever since I moved here to San Antonio what school she goes to. The calendars of the schools. I've sent all that information via Applos. And her uniform guidelines, since IDEA has uniform guidelines. He's aware of that too. Mhm. And also, I am currently married. And I do have a stable home to provide for Juliet. She's currently expecting a baby sister. She's excited for that her family is growing. I am concerned for her that behavioral change that she has made. But like I said, we can also seek her medical attention needed here in San Antonio. And I did my research and I have a list of psychiatrists that can make her an appointment for her to seek that medical care that she needs.
Anything else, Mr. Montemayor?
Your Honor, so, look, Your Honor, I would advise my client that couples split up all the time. And sometimes couples end up in different cities, in different towns, different states. This is not an uncommon situation. But what's key here, it's shady. It's shady on behalf of Ms. Rangel, and it's been shady since day one. My communication with her has always been, very sketchy, and ultimately the last 2 months, even her attorney could not find her, could not communicate with her, and filed a motion indicating just that his communication was not effective anymore with his client and asked to be withdrawn and let go from the case. He could not properly represent her. And that's the same situation we have with her all the time. Talking about making decisions, adult decisions, when there's a child involved, the family code is very clear. It's in the best interest of the child that both parents be involved. And when you up and leave for 23 days and you disappear and end up in San Antonio because, you apparently wanted a better opportunity, and then you testify to this court in a temporary order hearing that, oh yes, I was working, I had a job, a promotion at HEB, and that turns out to be false. And it's just a pattern it's the pattern that Ms. Rangel displays that we're concerned about. She lives in a home, she ends up in a home in San Antonio with her mother's boyfriend, her sister's boyfriend, all the other siblings of all the other children of these people there, and these strange construction men, coming in and out of the house. She was living with Brian Alvarez. She sits here and she pointed to Mr. Rangel and said, well, he cheated on me. She left with another guy to San Antonio, a guy by the name of Brian Alvarez. He was living with her. And that's the guy who came back and reported to Mr. Villasana about what was going on at the house. And that was the first cause of concern. So, she leaves. The child had been here, Laredo, was born here. She had a relationship with her father. She was going to school. And all of a sudden, that's ripped out. Yeah, there's cause for concern. When we tried to establish visitation, it was very sketchy. Very difficult to get in. And I was glad that she had an attorney because finally we were able to work something out. Communication with Joanna has been tough for Mr. Villasana. He's got concerns about her hygiene. She's showering every day. The child's indicated to him that, she showers every 2 or 3 days. She shows up to the visitation without any underwear. She shows up without any shoes. She's got a loss of weight. We've been taking her to the physician to get checked because of all this. And now she is displaying signs of some type of disorder, some type of anxiety, some type of panic. And, and it's the primary care person has been her mother. And you're right, there have been welfare checks there because we don't have any information. Even just to get her address right now, it was like, it was very shady. It was difficult to get that address from her. She has never released it before to my client. She's living with with a convicted felon. She's living with a gentleman who's been in and out of jail, Humberto Perez. So those are all concerns that we have. Mr. Villasana has testified that he can provide care, in custody of the child. He can protect her physical health, her emotional welfare, and he feels it's in the best interest of the child that the child remain with him. There's health issues here, Your Honor. There's safety issues here, Your Honor. There's welfare issues here. And, Mr. Villasana is asking for the custody. He's asking in the alternative that an ad litem be appointed and that we at least get a temporary order so we can at least filter out all these medical concerns that this child may have, and you can grant them a temporary custody and grant Ms. Rangel the visitation in Delhi, just like he was doing. And that at the if it's a huge deal because she is a stay-at-home mom, and we were willing to forego any child support until a final hearing can be had. But that's in the alternative. So we ask that the court award Mr. Villasana his
Final word, Ms. Rangel. Anything else?
Yes, regarding about my mom's house, there was no strangers there. It was my mom's house. It's her, my sister Victoria, my brother David, and my mom's husband. There was no strangers there in the house, or living there either. We had our own room, me and Juliet. It was upstairs. CPS checked the room and everything when they went to do their investigation. And regarding saying that I left for a job over here, yes, I did have the promotion. Yes, I did have the interview with HEB, but they weren't willing to match my pay. So I decided to resign from HEB, and that's when I started working as a blue collar worker for a splicer technician. I was a 1099 worker there. And also reminding you the fact, Your Honor, the reason why I didn't want to give my address was because I left Julio because he was being aggressive towards me already, and I'm just not. I don't want any problems or anything. Our daughter Juliet has mentioned to me that he doesn't like whenever she talks about her stepdad over there. So I just don't want any type of conflicts. So that's why I don't. It's not because I don't want him to see her. I do take her to Dili for the regular visitation and everything. It's just for me to prevent any more problems. I did attempt to reach to his attorney and left my contact information with the front desk receptionist on January the 9th, but no one returned my call. He has my email too. He can communicate to me via email or phone number, but there's been no sign of his attorney trying to contact me either. Or Julio, we do talk via Aptos. He's been very evasive lately. From January 8th through January 10th, Julio stopped responding my messages on Aptos. I've been calling Julia via WhatsApp. That's where I've been communicating with her. But even today, when I texted him about Juliet, if she was out from school, he didn't answer. And I wasn't aware of Juliet's school until now. When I tried to reach out to his attorney and to him about Juliet's school, they wouldn't provide me with that information.
I'm with Victor. We didn't speak to him. Not because we didn't want to.
All right. Mr. Villasana, Ms. Rangel, in your case, cause number 2024 FLC 1931C3. The court has now heard both of your testimony. Both of you are under oath. Excuse me. And I can see why you're both set for temporary orders and a final hearing. Given the history of this case, I think it is in Juliet's best interest to make these ordered temporary. So these are not meant to be final. I think there's still a lot of information that the court should receive to make the best final decision. I don't think that information was provided today to the court, and you all may not even have it, which is probably why I didn't hear it. In any event, these are only temporary orders, and let me tell you why the court does this and does this in the best interest of Juliet. Number one, there is some evidence and testimony now on the record that there is possible physical danger and possible emotional damage living with Ms. Rangel. Now, whether that's true or not true, I guess the court is going to figure out and determine at the final hearing. But the flip side to that is that there is no evidence or testimony that there is possible emotional or physical damage or danger or emotional harm with Mr. Viasana. So these are just temporary, and I need you both, Mr. Angel and Mr. Viasana, to know and understand that the laws and the policy of the state of Texas is that both parents have a close and continuing relationship with their children. So that is what's going to happen in this case. So I'm going to give you 2 dates, but the one, you need to communicate by app close. 2, there is to be daily communication via video conference with the parent not in possession of the child. The court is going to do these temporary orders. The court will appoint Mr. Both of you have the same rights, duties, responsibilities, and obligations over Juliet, except that you, Mr. Villasan, will have the exclusive right to determine her residence. The person not in possession of Juliet will have daily communication with her by video conference at 7 p.m. or shortly thereafter. Visits will be standard per the Texas Family Code for parents that live more than 100 miles away. These are only temporary until we can get to the best final decision, having presented your full case to the court. The court believes keeping the status quo is in this child's best interest. The exchange should take place in Dilley by both parents or their designee. The court is going to want you all to flesh out by evidence and testimony any final allegations or conclusive allegations, I guess, proven allegations as to Mr. Angel's spouses. The court heard that he served jail time, but no specific allegations. I don't know if this is a violent crime, not violent crime, or what the specifics are. It could be that it's not relevant. It could be that it's highly relevant. There's just so many unanswered questions, and this, I think, is the best decision at this juncture, given these facts and circumstances for this child. I'm going to give you 2 dates, but before I do, Mr. Angel, I need to know more or less, when is your expected delivery date? I want to avoid setting anything on or near that date.
Yes, Your Honor. It's March 19th.
And so give me the first date, Ms. Flores. Give me either the 10th or the 12th, the one that has less cases.
The 12th, Your Honor.
February the 12th at 9 a.m. The court is going to appoint an attorney ad litem because I think that person, I need an unbiased person to represent only the best interests of Juliet. There's so many unanswered questions still, and I'd like to get a better, crystal clear picture of everybody's situation. Mr. Montemayor, prepare these orders, get them on file by Friday, both the temporary orders and the appointment of an attorney ad litem. The court is going to pick the next person off the list. Mr. Montemayor, do you know of any lawyer that has a conflict with this case?
No, Your Honor, I didn't.
I'll pick the next person off the list. Now, Ms. Flores, give us so we're going to come back February 12th. What I need to hear from each person is how the visits are going, if there are any changes that should be made to the temporary orders, whether the attorney ad litem has had sufficient time to provide the courts further information, and then we need to come back sometime in April. Give me that setting, Ms. Flores.
April 16th at 2 p.m.
Ms. Rangel, do you have any questions for the court?
I can go to Juliet's psychiatrist appointment tomorrow in Laredo, correct? There's no.
Yes. Any objection, Mr. Montemayor?
No, Your Honor.
Right. You have any other questions, Mr. Rangel?
Okay. No. And since they're temporary orders, I should then inform her school to withdraw her completely from here, San Antonio.
They're temporary, so you can take those orders and they should give them the appropriate weight and validity, yes.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Mr. Biasana, do you have any questions for the court? Ms. Flores, does the court have Ms. Rangel's email address?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, make yourselves available to whoever the court points as the attorney ad litem, and make Juliet available. Ms. Rangel, Mr. Villasana, I wish you both very well, but more importantly, I wish your daughter all the best. Yes, Ms. Rangel.
Yes. For visitations, for temporary orders visitations, they're going to be in Daly, Texas, the weekends.
The exchange will be there, yes. And
Okay.
you
Yes,
can pick up, or
and-
you can designate someone that isn't your husband to pick up.
Okay. Daly, Texas. Are they going to be once a week or?
That language will specifically be in the order. So whatever the family code says, 4 visits for parents that reside over 100 miles apart, that's what it'll be. Exactly what the law says, no changes.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I wish you both well. More importantly, I wish your daughter all the best. You all have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Ms. Flores.